Welcome to Annuity News Now. 2013 has arrived and a new landscape for all types of investment products, including annuities. This is an article that was written in Life Health Pro entitled Annuities, 5 Things to Expect in 2013. My guest who was quoted in the article is the president of the National Association of Fixed Annuities, Kim O'Brien. Kim, welcome back.
Thank you very much. Happy to be back.
You know, it's been a pretty good run for fixed index products, although if you look at the numbers, annuities overall, it's kind of a double-edged sword. Clients are asking for annuity products more, asking about them more, yet sales are going down, and that's primarily because of variable annuities. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Well, we really don't speak about our brother annuity product or our sister annuity product, depending on your gender perspective. But variables are having just a bit of a rough haul because of their GLWBs that were put out a few years ago, and companies having to put restrictions on the products, and some companies actually exiting the marketplace. But, you know, they're a great product for the right people and the right investment plan.
So for fixed indexed products, for example, they've actually shown some growth. Now, what this article talked about, you know, is the option that Congress is looking at. I'm sure as the government tries to raise revenue, they're looking at things like annuities, and they're also looking at a new fiduciary standard model. Can you speak to how that would affect these products right now?
Sure, both issues. Every visit I've had on the Hill with all the multiple Congress people that I've spoken with whom I've spoken, have all said the same thing, almost parroting each other, saying everything's on the table when we ask about the tax-deferred status of fixed annuities. Mm-hmm. And that's very concerning. They also talk about, when we talk about tax deferral and we talk about it as a positive pro-growth issue for consumers, government people tend to talk about it as retirement expenditures. So they look at it from the opposite side of the coin. And again, they tell us everything's on the table in this time. They're looking for over $1 billion of revenue that they need to make up for quickly. And so we're very concerned about that, because anybody who knows the fixed annuity marketplace, and especially in this period of interest rate suppression that we've been in, that tax deferral and the compounding of the interest rate with tax deferral is a really very, very heavy lift for the fixed product, and really helps out the consumer with some very good, strong interest returns. On the fiduciary side, we have 2 areas where we're concerned about. One is with the Department of Labor and their proposal to change the ERISA rule, which hasn't been changed since the early 70s, and requiring all sales of all products through the employer space to be have the fiduciary standard apply. As well as the Dodd-Frank Act has instructed the SEC to study the aspect or the application of a uniform fiduciary standard across the broker-dealer channel, like it has in the investment advisory channel. And both of those issues are very concerning to NAFA and our members, because it would really severely limit the way in which we can sell to consumers and can sell in the employer space. It will also really restrict the employees' availability and choice of product, and choice of from whom to buy the product. DOL is doubly concerning, because they are also stretching out their rule to grab IRAs, and an area over which they have no jurisdiction. So they're really outreaching their role with their rule, and that's also concerning.
You know, carriers have been saying, you know, that the low interest rate environment has actually, you know, caused them to innovate these products a little bit more, which is a better thing for the consumer. But when you're talking about now, you know, taking, again, what is supposed to be a tax-deferred product and you know, causing those kinds of problems for retirees, that actually, you know, really makes it difficult for these products, which are already having, you know, kind of a rough time in general.
Well, anytime you take away a tax benefit from a consumer perspective, it really hurts the ability to save and the ability to take income stream in retirement, and that's what these products are built to do. So I agree with you 100%.
So what would you think, I mean, just off the top of your head, if fixed index products, for example, were going to start, there was sort of some sort of taxation going to be leveled here, what would it likely look like?
Well, I have no,
Yeah.
the minute I start trying to channel Congress, you can shoot me. But I would like to say that because of the way in which the tax code is written, any change to the tax deferral status would impact all annuities. There's not going to be any carve-out for index. They can't do that without completely, divulging, divesting the tax code. So it's going to hit everybody, and it would. I don't know if it would be partial, deferral tax deferral allowed up to a certain amount. They could do all certain sorts of things.
Talk about lastly here again, which is mentioned in the article, the entrance of private equity into the annuity businesses. We've seen Aviva, apparently USA, has been picked up by Guggenheim Partners, which isn't a new story. Can you talk about how that affects the industry in general?
Well, we're watching it, and the NAIC is also watching it. They've established a separate group under the ANN committee, in which we participate, and so the industry is very cognizant of the situation, and also they're going to be subject to the same NAIC and state insurance regulatory oversight with reserving requirements and everything that insurance companies are subject to, ongoing auditing, standardized non-forfeiture requirements. All of that will be applied. They will not get any. There's no difference between a private equity purchase or an insurance company ownership. So I think, as long as we make sure that the rules and the playing field is equal, to make sure that the products can stay competitive, and we make sure that the state regulatory oversight is still in place, that it's really a non-event.
And I guess in the final few seconds here, with the fiscal issues at least kicked down the road a little bit, aside from all this uncertainty that we've been talking about, the fixed products look to have a pretty good year coming in 2013, wouldn't you say?
They absolutely do. The fixed index in particular is doing exactly what it was built for back in 1995, which is to really take the place of the security uncertainty, market uncertainty, economic uncertainty, and provide peace of mind and safety to people. And it's been doing that. It has a track record now. It's over, it's now entering in its young adulthood. And it has a very strong track record of providing that little extra oomph and interest through the indexing, as well as that safety and protection.
Peace of mind and safety and sleeping well at night, is that really possible, Kim?
Well, not for me here at Napa. We're too busy. But for anybody who owns a fixed annuity, it certainly is. And I can tell you, my mom calls me all the time with hers, and she just giggles over the fact that she plays bridge with women who are losing money right and left, and she's safe and secure. So she's a happy camper.
Kim O'Brien is my guest. She is the president of the National Association of Fixed Annuities. Kim, always a pleasure. Thanks for taking the time on your busy day.
Thank you, Scott. We appreciate it.
You're watching Annuity News Now.